Greetings, Benjamin J. the Victrola guy with another in the series. Got a really interesting email about 2 hours ago from a gentleman in Norway. Now his YouTube signature is Mr. Edison 1877. You need to look at his channel. He sent me some really amazing digital transfers of early paraffin cylinders, and he's given me permission to use any of them that I wish. Now when I heard this one, I was absolutely amazed, as I think you're going to be as well. This recording is 122 years old, and it's a clarinet solo, clarinet and piano, and Mr. Edison 1877 has devised a process which he calls digital cleansing. Obviously it's a noise suppression program process of some kind. I know nothing about it. As I said, I got this email just a couple hours ago, but I was really amazed by this recording, and I want to transfer it to a cylinder to see what it would sound like, and I was even more amazed at the transfer. Remember, this is a recording that's 122 years old, recorded on a paraffin cylinder, and it's just absolutely amazing, not only in its clarity but its volume. This has to be one of the loudest MP3 transfers I have ever done. So I looked at his channel, and he sent me two YouTube videos, and I captured the audio, converted it to an MP3, just so I could transfer it to a cylinder. Now I've transferred this to a shaved and trimmed Edison Ediphone cylinder. I wanted to use one of the best sounding cylinders I had, and I did the transfer with recorder number 51, and I'm still experimenting with 51, but this recording is just absolutely amazing. As I said, not because just of its clarity, but because of its volume and the fact it's 122 years old. And he was pointing out in the email he sent me that what we take for granted, what the cylinder is capable of, is the cylinder is capable of much more than the average person assumes it is. And if you can consider that they were making recordings like this 122 years ago, it's phenomenal. In fact, the later cylinders are not as good as this, and this is on a paraffin cylinder. It was just absolutely amazing. So I sent Mr. Edison 1877 an email, and I'm anxious to hear from him. And it's a really interesting process that he's developed. And you probably won't be able to hear it on this, but at the very beginning of the cylinder, you can actually hear whoever's operating the machine say, "Start," way in the background, but you can hear it. You probably won't be able to hear it on this video, but it's there. And it was on the original, and it transferred to the cylinder when I did the canophonic transfer. So Mr. Edison 1877, I hope you're watching this. This is a really superlative recording of a very extremely old recording on a paraffin cylinder. I mean, imagine this. This is 122 years old. This was recorded in 1890, between 1890 and 1892, according to Mr. Edison 1877. But in any case, so I did the transfer, listened to it the first time, and I was like, wow, it's truly an amazing recording for the age. You just wouldn't think that a recording like this could exist 122 years ago. This is better than a lot of discs that were recorded 30 years later. This is a really outstanding recording. As I said, it's a clarinet recording, clarinet and piano, and I think you'd be impressed with it. I was amazed by it. I was just absolutely dumbstruck when I heard this the first time, thinking, is it possible they really could record a cylinder with this quality 122 years ago? Just absolutely amazing. So take a look at Mr. Edison 1877's channel. He's got 300 plus videos, something like that, of very early recordings. And he's given me permission to use them, so I will be. If the rest of them are as good as this, as far as the quality of the transfer, and it's almost noise-free. This sounds like it was recorded yesterday. Seriously, I mean, I think you'll be amazed. I was just, you know, I was really anxious to put it on a cylinder and see what it would sound like. This was the very first transfer. I didn't even make a test. Well, this is the test. Usually I have to make at least two to do the transfer. You have to get the parameters set up, make a test recording, see what it sounds like, see what has to be changed. I didn't have to change anything. I just made a recording and I was like, wow. And as I said, I think you're going to be just as amazed as I was. And if you turn the volume up and if you listen closely, before the actual announcement, you'll hear whoever was operating the machine say, start. So in any case, this is a copy MP3 transfer of a very, very early 122-year-old cylinder between 1890 and 1892 entitled On the Meadow. I don't know if this is an Edison cylinder. It doesn't say anything about Edison. It's reminiscent of an Edison announcement, but like I said, it says nothing about Edison. And also remember, this is 1890 to 1892. This is an old, old recording. So I did the transfer to a shaved and trimmed Edison black wax Epiphone cylinder with recorder number 51, playing it on the Edison Home B through the small Morning Glory horn. And I'd like to get some feedback on this. I was amazed by it. I'm hoping you will be too, because this is really an incredible recording.